What's good? What's good? Crosswalk, we back at y'all again. Episode 54. I'm Jax, that's Cross. How was the weekend, bro?
Man, it was a good weekend. We had a good UFC fight card. We definitely got to get into, but all in all, man, doing well. Can't complain at all. We're in the dog days of summer now. It's super hot in these parts, and where you at too, I already know. But I hope everybody's doing well, and shout out to everybody that's going to be in here today on the chat.
For sure. Man, UFC card was amazing. It's always these, man. And weekend was dope. The Dodgers did what they supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Getting that talent. But it's episode 54. I know you got number 54. This is one of the easier ones, I think.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, I'll go first. I mean, it's a lot of options. My 54, I'm going with Brian Urlacher. Actually, Brian Urlacher went to New Mexico, played for the Aztecs out there in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I actually spent a little time in Albuquerque, and everything out there is about Brian Urlacher. Actually played safety in college, moved the linebacker in the NFL, and pretty much, changed the game, man. Just becoming that Tampa 2 Mike linebacker that can run down the middle of the defense with slot receivers, tight ends, and one of the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah, man. Brian Urlacher was the first one I thought of too, but another white, amazing linebacker, because they all seem to be white except for Bobby Wagner. Zach Thomas, man. Thomas. So smart. Miami Dolphins, Hall of Famer. I think one of the things that pops into my head is other players talking about how he could diagnose a play before it even happened and tell you exactly what's going to happen. That dude, I didn't know if he was going to get into the Hall of Fame, but he definitely deserves it. He definitely popped to mind as a number 54. Honorable mention to Randy White, another amazing defensive player too. But so we already alluded to it. UFC Belgrade, man. It was surprisingly amazing. The crowd was on point. I didn't know if we were going to get that from in Serbia, but you live streamed for it, didn't you?
I did for a little bit. I was having some technical difficulties, and it ended up being a little shorter than usual. But going into it, man, I was expecting one of the best crowds, man. I've seen all the videos of how they get over there about basketball and soccer. Yeah. So I was expecting to be very raucous, and the crowd was really good. The card itself was tremendous. I think we got 12 finishes out of 14 fights. I can't remember how many first round finishes we got, but it was like a
10.
record.
I think it was 10,
something like that. And Serbia didn't have a great night, but they end the night on a high note. And shout out to Belgrade, man. I think we're gonna have to get back there because the crowd was phenomenal. And even the Serbian fighters, man, it's pretty much kill or be killed over there for all of them.
For sure. What I appreciated about them, I judge the crowd on this a lot, is how do they act at the very end of the card? Do they stick around and hear what this person has to say after fighting, putting on a show for them, or do they walk out? And you could see, some of the Brazilian cards. Matter of fact, I remember when Glover Teixeira retired.
Yep, when he retired,
they were walking out. And in this one, for Uroš Medić, who hadn't been back there in 9 years, nobody was leaving. I mean, they had their phones out, they were chanting. Like, that's what you want to see. You see that in Belgrade, you see that in France. Like, those are the people who it just seems like it really means a lot to them that the UFC gets there. So,
yeah.
But since it was an amazing night, this is going to be a little tougher. But who was your MVP of the card?
So, I mean, there's a couple options here, but my MVP of the card, man, I'm going Uroš Medić, man. Had the whole country on his back. Like, it wasn't a good night for the country overall, and he sent them out on a high note, got it done. Very excited, man. Uroš Medić, the doctor goes in there, and he is trying to get you out of there very, very early. And if he doesn't, you probably gonna get him out of there. But he's very exciting to watch. Phenomenal performance. So yeah, I'm going with Uroš Medić. What about you?
Man, I gotta go the other big winner, man, Navajo Stirling.
Yep.
I mean, he put himself right in the mix. Now he beat an old man, but that old man still got power, and he made it look easy. So Navajo Stirling, he's gonna make the division. I mean, we talked about it before, like the fights that he could have up there, and then obviously his partner, his training partner, being the champion. Like it's got to be really interesting.
And his other training partner is in like the top 15 as well, Robert Whittaker.
Yeah. So it's going to be tough. I know he wants to fight Jan Błachowicz, but he called out, I believe, Khalil Roundtree, or who else was it?
I definitely like the Khalil Roundtree call out, by the way. I like that a lot.
I mean, you might as well. The timing probably matches up. But yeah, I definitely had Navajo Stirling as my MVP. So on the other side of that, whose stock were you down on?
Stock down. This is a tough one. Very tough one. It's kind of like we kind of saw the UFC rites of passage, if you will. For me, it's Jan Błachowicz, man. And unfortunately, in this sport, the young pretty much sends the old out. And I mean, low key, Jan Błachowicz is one of the most underrated light heavyweights ever, brother. Like, I mean, it's a former champion. He's been in there with everybody, and he hasn't been finished since Glover Teixeira. So, I mean, he's been in there with Carlos Oldberg, went to decision. Alex Pereira went to decision. Magomed Ankalaev, arguably he won the fight. And Navajo Stirling comes in there and just starches him with that right hand. And, you know, he's 43 years old. You know, love Jan. Speed was never a part of his game. The power's still there because he did drop Navajo Stirling with a jab in the first round, which is crazy. But, you know, this is the game, man. Father Time's undefeated. And I think it's time for Jan.
Yeah, I think so. We don't, see him getting, destroyed there. But, yeah, I'd have to agree with that. My stock down was Daniel Rodriguez, man. You can't go in here and get starched in 30 seconds. You can't do that. He was already on the edge of the rankings anyway. I know that he spoke in the lead up about running it back with Kevin Holland. And I guess you might as well go ahead and do that now, because I don't know where else you go if you're getting starched in 30 seconds. Now, mind you, he did go through a lot to get to this card. You know, he was in the whole Mexican prison, which Grimy said that's not the best base for MMA. It's clearly not. But yeah, he had to go through all those hoops, but he definitely showed that he had to go through a lot of stuff to get to the fight. So I don't know where he goes from here, but I wouldn't be mad at a Kevin Holland rematch, I guess.
Yeah,
I suppose.
Who's your stock up on?
Stock up. Let me see. I would say, I mean, I gotta go back to Uroš Medić. I know he called out Leon. I mean, it's nothing but big fights for him from here this point on.
Yeah, real talk.
The fact that he's putting people away is the big part of it. So what does he have? A 4-fight KO streak?
Yeah, something like. Matter of fact, I'll tell you right now.
It's either 4 or 5.
Yep, 4. It's 4. Yeah. It's 4 in a row. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, that's something. That's a big feather in your cap. So I anticipate him getting a big fight in the division coming up for sure. He called out Carlos Prates, even though he understood that Carlos is super far away too. But I would, dude, if that fight ever gets made, I mean, somebody going to sleep for sure.
Yeah, that is a good matchup. I don't know if I like it more than Prates Morales, though. I don't know if I like it more than that, though.
No. That's big money fight right there. Big money fight. Who is your stock up the most on?
So me and you thinking alike today, brother, unfortunately for the chat, man. But my stock up is Navajo Stirling. I mean, went in there, put away Jan Błachowicz, best win of his career. And Jan Błachowicz is one of these guys that's been in there with everybody, and this dude never gets clipped like he did. Navajo Stirling, man, number of big fights up front and ahead of him. He's probably going to be inside the top 6, 7 at this point tomorrow. And there's nothing but big fights in front of him. I know he called out Roundtree. I think that would be a phenomenal matchup, especially with Roundtree, just pulling out of his most recent fight against Magomed Ankalaev. I think that makes perfect sense. Like, you can't record a guy. You can't, reward a guy that pulls out a fight. Like, if anything, maybe Navajo can even jump Khalil in the rankings, like picking up a win like that. I think it would set a nice precedent where, like, if you're in there, you're finishing guys, you're gonna jump guys in the rankings that are pulling out of fights and not fighting.
Yeah. Yep. For sure. And you should. And I definitely like that Khalil Roundtree Navajo Stirling fight. Like, I mean, that's definitely a fight night main event or co-headline on a number card. I mean, that's a big fight for sure. Okay, so what do you think should be next for Jan Błachowicz? Should he be done?
Yeah, I think it's time. I mean, you're 43 years old. What really is left for you? You're not going to be fighting to win a title anymore. I understand, like, you may hang around. We can give you like a fight against somebody else that's like an older guy on the tail end of their career. I don't really know who that could be in the division right now. But I don't want to see Jan Błachowicz just going out and being the next Tony Ferguson. Unfortunately, I'm not trying to watch that, man. We've seen a lot of good stuff from Jan Błachowicz over the years. What about you?
You know what? I feel like his career is very similar to RDA's. Former champion, well respected, super tough, never an easy out, and should definitely be in the UFC Hall of Fame at some point. But I do think that it's over.
Yeah.
You shouldn't really be fighting that far into your 40s. So yeah, I think it's a wrap. But he has nothing to be upset about. He's had an amazing career, a Hall of Fame career, in my opinion. I'm trying to think of who we left out. What did you think on Daniel Rodriguez? Who should he be fighting next?
D-Rod? Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, at welterweight, I mean, I kind of like the Kevin Holland matchup too. I mean, I don't think either one of them is really going to be working their way towards title aspirations. I think more so anything, they're both just, trying to collect that check, have exciting fights, and, take care of their family and call it a day, really.
Yeah. Agreed. Did you hear? I don't know I don't think that this is official, but did you hear? Or maybe it is official. About Yair against Silva.
I did hear about that. I actually think that is official. I mean, I've kind of seen it all over the internet. I'm not 100% if it's official, but I have seen that. And if so, I think that's a phenomenal fight. Phenomenal. About time Yair gets back in there against somebody. And that's going to be a striker's delight. 2 very exciting strikers at featherweight. And I think that would be must-see TV.
Yeah. Grimy said to give D-Rod Jeff Neal. I'm not mad at that.
I ain't mad at that either.
That would be a good fight.
Yeah.
As long as Jeff is healthy. I know he had to pull out his fight recently, but if he's healthy, that's a good fight. That's a good fight.
Yeah.
Another thing that I saw, Usman Nurmagomedov. I didn't watch PFL. I'll tell you all that straight up. I didn't watch it. I know what happened, which is what was expected to be happening. But that was the last fight of his contract, I believe. And I don't think that it's solidified, but I mean, I definitely heard the rumors of him going to the UFC. First of all, what do you think about that? And secondly, where do you think he would slide the rankings if they were just to put him in?
So I'm gonna look at it from a couple different perspectives. As a competitor, Usman Nurmagomedov 100% wants to be in the UFC. Like, it's the largest fighting organization, the best fighters in the world. He's undefeated, been a champion in PFL for a while now. And we're not going to know exactly where you fall until you test yourself against the best in the world. And the best in the world is in the UFC. He knows that. His team knows it. I did see an interview where Islam Makhachev was talking about it, and he was saying it's going to be tough for him, for the UFC to get him, because the PFL is paying him a nice sum of change, as they should. Mm-hmm. And, they're a competitor to the UFC, and that's exactly what they should do. They should pay their guys to stay so they can build something, so we get some parity. I don't think we're going to get parity, but at least I feel like the product gets better when there is competition. Yeah. So when you think about like video games, like with EA Sports and Madden and college football, they don't have a competitor, and the quality shows it. Yeah. So I know we're gonna talk about in a minute, talk about the merger with MVP and PFL, but I hope the USC goes and gets him for sure. I doubt he comes over and gets ranked straight away, but I'm willing to. I have a feeling if and when he does come over, they're gonna give him a ranked matchup in his first fight in the UFC, kind of like what they did with Michael Chandler.
Yeah, they got to. MJ World said he promised that if they feed him to Topuria, he'll get murdered. I mean, maybe, but maybe not. Maybe Usman is better than we think, and Topuria isn't as good as we think. I don't know. But I mean, that's something that we want to see. I want him to come to the UFC. I do agree, though, that competition makes the UFC have to question their tactics, have to pay their fighters more, which is definitely needed. I mean, we all know that the fighters don't get paid what they're supposed to get paid. But I mean, I want to see Usman in the UFC, and honestly, if Usman came into the UFC and fought the winner of Quillen Salkild against Mateusz Gamrot, very interested in that fight. I wouldn't give him Ilia Topuria out off the bat, or Arman Sarukian.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that he can't handle it. That's just to say that I want to see him come in and build it up to that. But
because we got a storyline there. I mean, because Ilya was chirping at the Dagestanis like not too long ago, so we got a little bit of a storyline there. Like, let's build it, man, for real.
Yeah. I want to see him fight somebody, put his stamp on it for the people who aren't aware, for the casuals who aren't aware of who he is, and then give him the big fight. I mean, that's what the UFC, like you mentioned, Chandler, him against Hooker, that was the showcase. And he did what he was supposed to do, and the next fight was for a belt. So yeah. Speaking of PFL, so the rumor, not the rumor, but what's been put out there is that they merged with MVP. And I see Grimy talking about it, saying that now that PFL has the backing of MVP, things might get different. MVP has the marketing and the money, and PFL has the fighters, which you're not wrong. But what do you think about that merger?
I love it. I think competition in the market, it makes everything better. Like the fighters over at PFL, they're going to get more fights. They can get some more money. The guys over in the UFC, they can use it as a bargaining chip. Like, all right, well, if the UFC don't want to do me right, I can go over here and actually make more money. It's talking about the guys that aren't making like big money in the UFC and probably don't have the potential to make big money in the UFC. Like, we got to understand, like, the guys with the names that like the casuals know, those guys are going to make good money. But the vast majority of the roster are people that nobody knows. They don't get paid like that. And that might be a area where the PFL and MVP merger, they can start to have an effect and take some market share of the fighters. But I love it, though. I'm curious to see what ends up happening. Hopefully we get some more cards on a regular basis. I'm not saying every weekend. Maybe we can get a PFL card like every month at least, and it'd be halfway decent. We work on the pacing over at PFL and MVP as well. That's a big problem they have. Because that just makes the product like kind of tough to watch when you're sitting there forever waiting for fights to start. But outside of that, I love the move. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's a good move. I know from the MVP standpoint, like they're looking at they're thinking of the top part of the card. The big names, trying to put more behind the big names, which is helpful for the PFL because they have a lot of really good fighters. Paul Hughes, Johnny Eblin, Dakota Decheva, like a lot of big name fighters who don't get the push that I feel like they deserve. So I think that they'll help with that. I am curious how the middle class is gonna work. The people who are further down the card, because I think the PFL doesn't do a good job of telling their stories, where the UFC does a little bit better job of telling their stories, which is why we know about them. We know about the upcoming fighters like the Quillen Salkilds and the people who never fought for a belt. We know about Mateusz Gamrot, so I think the UFC does better there, and PFL has to get better there. Maybe MVP can help with that. I don't necessarily anticipate that they will, but I do think that the big events are going to get bigger on their side with PF or with MVP being a part of it. MJ World said Paul Hughes wouldn't make top 10 in lightweight division. He would want to war with him, or he went to war with him. Interesting.
Yeah, but you got to think they're not the same when they fought. They both are better from those two fights,
Yeah. I do agree that Paul Hughes wouldn't be in the top 10, though. I do agree with that.
And something else about the merger, I'm curious, like, what would the broadcasting look like? Would it be on Netflix or would it be with ESPN? Because I think if they go with Netflix, I think it would be bigger. Because for me, when like MVP does stuff on Netflix, I feel like it's so big compared to what PFL does over at ESPN.
So what I've heard is this deal wouldn't put them on Netflix. Netflix is still iffy about May market on Netflix outside of it being UFC, because obviously they were trying to do it way back then because the UFC established big, all that. ESPN, from what I've heard, wants to get out of the MMA business for now.
Yeah.
If it's not the UFC, they don't want to be in the business right now. So PFL is going to have to go somewhere completely different. I don't know where that's going to be. And that's another reason that they wanted to partner with MVP to help them get a media rights deal.
Yeah.
So it remains to be seen where they go. But I mean, I think that they did a good job by pulling them in to see if they can help, because on their own, I don't think the PFL was going to get a rights deal that they would have been happy with.
Yeah. And if anything, man, Jake Paul can bring the eyeballs.
Yeah. Speaking of, bro, did you hear what this fool said about playing in the NFL?
No, what did he say?
So Jake Paul, as part of this, this media run of, the MVP partnering or getting together with the PFL, he goes on the Pivot podcast. And on the Pivot podcast, he said, now, mind you, on the Pivot podcast, we got Ryan Clark, Super Bowl winner. Fred Taylor should be in the Hall of Fame. Channing Crowder, a phenomenal player in college and decent in the pros. He goes on there and says that he believes that he could go to the NFL and be a slot receiver.
Bro, stop it. Stop it.
He said, this is what he said. This was his argument. He said, I bench more than y'all. I'm faster than y'all. He's like, it can't be that hard.
Bro, Jake Paul gets hit one time. He's done. Done. One time. He gets hit. Done, bro. It's different when I know people think, oh, they got pads on and helmets. It's different. I'm telling you, it's different.
It's different. If he get hit by a corner, much less be a linebacker or a lineman. He get hit by a corner, he's immediately retiring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Grimy said he obviously got CTE. Yeah,
Clearly,
dude,
bro.
bruh. I mean, I can appreciate the irrational confidence, because that does, to do anything that's special, you have to have a bit of irrational confidence. I get that, but you got to have some limits, bruh. Like, you can't just step into a sport that you ain't never played
Yeah.
and think that you're gonna do well. It's just, it don't work like that.
Yeah. At the highest level, too. Like, come on, bro.
It's silly for him to think that.
So MJ World got a
I hope they
question.
let him. Oh,
MJ World got a question. Do y'all think Topuria will fight before the year ends? And who do you think his opponent will be? It's a good question. Go ahead. What you got?
I think, let's see, the White House card was it was in June, right?
June, yep.
His face seemed to be healed up. I could see him fighting before the end of the year, but the problem will be the matchup. So the matchup that I could see him, the person I could see him fighting is Paddy Pimblett.
Yep.
And I could see that being on the Madison Square Garden card in November. That's what I could see.
Yeah.
If it's not him, then I don't see him fighting for the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the only person it could be, really, because Armin gonna get the title fight, right? Armin has to get the title fight, right?
He has to.
Yeah, he has to. So Armin's gonna be in a title fight. It could be against Gaethje or it could be vacant. Because I mean, I don't know about you, but I've been seeing a lot of stuff about Gaethje should retire, this and that. So if Gaethje retires, because let's be honest, there is no topping what he did at the White House. There is no topping it. So I think Gaethje would be well within his rights if he were to do it. But if Gaethje's not retired, it's definitely gonna be Gaethje Arman. But in the event that Gaethje retires, I don't know, it throws everything off. Well, I mean, this weekend, man, who's to say Quinlan Southhill goes out, beats Gamrot, and now he's in the top 6 in the media ranking. So he gonna be right there. So I think we gonna find out over the next few weeks. Just like we got a few matchups, and then we'll see how it all plays out, really.
Yeah. Grimy said Paddy versus Totoro overseas. That sounds great. That's what I would personally prefer. I feel like, and I've said it billions of times, that they've missed out on that Spain card. Like, they should have done UFC Spain a long time ago. Before he even moved up to lightweight, they should have did UFC Spain. But I just don't see when they would do it, based on what they got on the schedule.
Yeah, because I think the only time they going overseas anytime soon is Paris, and that's in September. But outside of that, everything is stateside.
Yeah, and I've seen, I don't know if it's confirmed yet, but I saw that UFC 332 is going to be in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, so
we still don't even know who's headlining 331.
Sure don't. Oh, Anakin, what's good, man? What's good?
Anakin, good to see you. Been a minute. Always good to see you.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot up in the air, man. I'm surprised that they've taken this long. Oh, did you see
what?
That? From a heart attack? That's terrible.
Dude young, right?
Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy, man. Yo, rest in peace, man, for real.
That's awful. That's awful. Man. Well, yeah.
Yeesh.
Condolences to his family.
Yeah. Yeah, Grimy, I've been hearing that same rumor too. I've been hearing that's the co-main though. I ain't been hearing nothing for the main event though.
Yeah, I've heard that too. That was a co-main. And I mean, do you want Pantoja versus Van as the headliner in LA?
No.
Nah.
Even bro, Van's fighting style is main event worthy, but
absolutely.
he just don't have that casual appeal yet. But if he keeps doing what he's doing, bro, Van is so exciting.
Yeah, Yeah, if he keeps doing what he's doing, and by some way he makes it, the next cycle around to where the UFC is trying to go back to Houston, I can see him headlining that one. I could
Yeah.
totally see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
What do you say? Van versus Pantoja, Armin versus Charles too. I don't know. If you're Armin, do you take that fight?
I think the only way he would take it's got to be for the BMF, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's already the guy. He's already next in line. He already got a win over Charles.
So let me ask you this about the BMF. Should the BMF and the lightweight championship ever both be held by one person?
I mean, I think at some point it's got to happen, right? At some point, it's got to happen. I mean,
because if it's held by one person, it's never going to be separated again.
True, unless like they do like a I wouldn't. I was about to say maybe if they do like a catch weight or something like that from somebody with a different weight class or something like that. Because, I mean, it is a made up belt. I mean, you can make up rules for it too, I guess.
I mean, because it just seems weird. Like if somebody is both, like you can't lose it now. The champion will always have the belt.
Yeah, because if it went that way, I mean, Gaethje would be BMF because Ilya would have been BMF, and then Gaethje beat Ilya.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Grimy said if they do Armin Charles too, I'm gonna freak out.
I think we missed MJ World's comment too. I believe Salkill will beat Gamrot. This kid is special. He's very good jiu-jitsu, plus Gamrot struggles against tall opponents, Turner and Hooker. Solid points. Solid points right there. But hey, you can never count out Gamrot just because that chain wrestling and that wrestling is for real. And if you don't know how to deal with it, you can get exposed.
True. And the only time that I've seen Salkill struggle is in the wrestling department. Not to say that he can't wrestle, because he definitely can, but that's the only time that I've seen him have issues. Despite the fact that he won that fight, but it was way, way tougher than it was before. And the person he struggled against is not as good as Gamrot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tricky one right there.
And this is his first main event. So it's a lot of pressure. So you never know. You never know. Oh yeah. He called you Macho Snoop. He said Macho Snoop. Randy Bald.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I ain't got no problems with Macho Snoop. I actually like Macho Snoop. I like that one.
Yeah. Let's see, Diego Lopez versus Charles if he moves up. That's an amazing fight. That would be an amazing fight. Another fight that was recently announced, Joaquin Buckley against Mike Malott. That would be...
Where is that taking place at?
Edmonton. In Edmonton.
Oh, going back to Canada for Joaquin Buckley going to enemy territory.
It's either going to be Mike Malott headlining, or it's going to be Jasmine Jasdovicius headlining in Canada.
Yeah.
So all they got.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. I like the matchup. I feel like Mike Malott is kind of like started to come into his own a little bit ever since the Neil Magny fight. Yeah. Joaquin Buckley, he got to figure some stuff out, man. He kind of got exposed in the Kamaru Usman fight. Doesn't have that same type threat in the Malott matchup. So I think that's good for him. But this gonna be a tricky fight, and it's gonna be important for both guys, man. It's I think I'm gonna be looking forward to that one.
Yeah, yeah. Grimy said that Tapology got Armin versus Charles September 19th.
Oh, okay then.
I don't know. I ain't seen Marcel say it.
Yeah,
that's who
I did see. Morcano Ortega though. We saw that.
Yeah. Yep. I just seen the Alan Nascimento thing. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's terrible.
All right. Let's see what else. Oh, so baseball. We're gonna talk baseball for a second here. Skubal gets traded from the Detroit. I was about to say the Pistons, the Detroit Tigers. Think about basketball. The Tigers to the Dodgers, man. So the Dodgers, that rotation, bro, is nasty. 2-time champions. And I don't call them my Dodgers. I just support the team. I would say it's my second favorite team because I do support the Rangers, but I've been a Dodgers fan since '88. I've been a Dodgers fan. But I will acknowledge that they spend a lot of money, but the Yankees do too, and they don't win. So what do you think about the move, man? I mean,
I think it's great for Skubal. I think it's great for the Dodgers. I think they are the team to beat. They are the World Series favorites. Honestly, man, if you look at this rotation on paper, it statistically stacks up like as one of the greatest rotations of all time. I mean, I think there's really only two other rotations that really even compare to it, and that's the Phillies rotation when they had Roy Halladay, Roy Oswalt, Cole Hamels, Cliff Lee, and Joe Blanton. And then the other one is the Braves rotation when they had Maddox, Smokes, Glavine. And then after it wasn't the year they had Avery, but I think it's when they had I can't even remember the guy's name, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the Dodgers got the best rotation we've ever seen. Like they have 4 or 5 number one starters. All of them, number one starters, every single one of them. I don't think we've seen anything like this, but they're gonna have to deliver. They're gonna have a lot of pressure on them, especially when October gets here. The baseball is a little different in the postseason, but on paper, this is definitely the best starting rotation we've seen.
Yeah. At least in recent history. I'm looking at a listing. Man, it's some crazy rotations. The 2010 Giants, Tim Lincecum, Matt Cain, Barry Zito, Madison Bumgarner, and Jonathan Sanchez. That was nasty. The Tigers, the 13 Tigers that he mentioned, Scherzer, Verlander, Anibal Sanchez, Fister, Porcello. That was nasty. Unfortunately, I'll bring up the Houston Astros 18. Verlander, Garrett Cole, Charlie Morton, Dallas Keuchel, Lance McCullers Jr. Like that was good too. What they have listed as number one is the 98 Braves.
I mean, bro, it's gonna be tough. I mean, they got 3 Hall of Famers on that rotation.
Yeah. This one,
like, I get it, but guys, like the Dodgers got 5 number one starters, 5 of them.
Yeah.
Everybody on that Braves rotation was not a number one starter.
That's true.
Everybody on the Phillies wasn't a number one starter. Everybody on all these other teams, like the first 3 guys are number ones, but after that, you ain't gonna see a team with 5 number one starters.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think the only thing that could throw a monkey wrench in it is because Shohei has such big workload when it comes to everything that he does. When he feels overloaded, or when the Dodgers feel he's overloaded, they take him out of the rotation and just let him DH. So that's the only thing that could throw a monkey wrench in everything. But if he's healthy, which he's healthy, like, what are you going to
honestly? I think them getting Skubal's only going to help that, because now Shohei don't have to put all this pressure on himself to deliver, bro. He got 4 other number one guys, bro. Number one guys. And then offensively, as a team, you ain't got to worry about trying to go out there and score 5, 6, 7 runs a night. You already know, bro. You get like 2 runs, you feeling pretty good. You go out there, you put up 2 runs in the first, and you're like, oh yeah, we already good. And that just puts a swagger in your team when you already know, man, we got guys everywhere and we got so many good arms. I think the only thing that stops it are injuries. And they just run into a team in the playoffs that's just red hot, and they just figuring out different ways to win. But if they stay healthy, man, they're gonna be so tough to beat.
Yeah, yep. 3-time is what's about to happen. 3-peat. Grimy says
salary cap is not coming to baseball. The players union is not gonna let that happen, bro. They got the strongest. They got the strongest player union in all of professional sports. There ain't gonna be no salary cap in baseball,
bro. They have the strongest union in America. Period.
Facts.
Forget
bro.
sports.
Facts.
Like period. Facts. So
because the owners talking about salary cap, the players are gonna lock it out, and they just will not play. And they got a pool of money already together for the strikes, bro. It ain't like these other sports where, like, if they strike, dudes don't really have money they can go to. In baseball, bro, they prepare for it years in advance.
I think I told you before, but like one of my professors in he was a mediator for one of the strikes, the MLB against the player. And he said, he was like, dude, I've never seen a union that strong ever. He's like, they were so together. They had so much leverage. Like you're never going to see the life. And yeah, they're too powerful, way too powerful.
Yeah.
UFC needs something like that.
Yeah, for real. Shout out to Tim, by the way. Time. My bad. Shout out to Time in the chat.
Yeah, appreciate that, bro. Okay, what else we got here? Let's see. UFC Vegas. We talked about this a little bit, but
yeah,
obviously Quillin Sal killed against Matosh Gamrot. Quillin's first headlining fight. What are your thoughts going into this one?
It's a tricky one. I mean, we got the new kid on the block, the new hotness, and he going there against a veteran with really one game plan, but he's elite at that game plan. That's just getting on your legs, tying you up, shooting takedown after takedown. You defend the first one, he gonna chain together another one, and it's just rinse and repeat. So we gonna see if Salkill can really deal with it. And as we've seen in the past, like if you cannot deal with a wrestler of a high level, it's gonna be a long night out, just gonna get held down for 15 minutes, 25 minutes with it being a main event. But hopefully he can deal with it. He got a good sprawl. Hopefully he can get back to his feet. And hopefully we can see this, because I think it'd be nice to see Gamrot land a takedown or two. Let's see how Salkill deals with it, and then he stuff a few takedowns. See how Gamrot deals with being on the feet with Salkill. I think that'd be phenomenal.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, this is a huge fight for the division, for the future of the division, especially if the UFC by some magic way gets Usman. You got this new blood and Quillin Sal killed. If you get somebody like a Usman, like the division is turning over, and it's turning over really well. But I think that if Quillin can get this win, man, like, dude, he might be one fight away from maybe two fights away from really in that title conversation. But he's got to get it done, and if he gets it done impressively, bruh.
He's one fight away if he does it impressively.
Yeah. For sure. Let me see. Is there anything else on this card? This card is kind of whack.
Yeah, bro, there is not much on this card. I mean, I know somebody in the chat, it was probably Grimy, said the Ashland fights are always good. I agree with that. But yeah, man, I don't see any casual appeal on this card at all. You already know we're gonna be watching because we watch all the cards. But yeah, this gonna be one of these ones where there's low expectations and watch the fights end up being bangers.
Yeah. He brought up Alexia Thainara. Yeah. She's interesting to see fight too. Against Amanda Lamoche, but shows you how much the UFC believes in that, because it's way down the card. And then Juliana Miller, she's hanging on by a thread. I'm surprised she even got another fight, be honest. But yeah, I agree. Steven Asplin he's entertaining. Sometimes a little bit difficult to watch. But
You so wrong, dog. It's the loose skin, ain't it? It's the loose skin.
Bruh, it's like a waving flag, man. I'd be like, dog, what we doing, bro? Tie it back or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do think it's going to be a probably an entertaining card for hardcores, but yeah, casuals will not be watching this. And this is a card that you do in the Apex. Yeah, this is
you do this is definitely an Apex card right here, 100%. Billy Q in the main event, moving up the lightweight against a 41-year-old Diego Ferreira. Yeah,
that's bad. Why is that the co-main and not the two girls?
The two what? I missed that.
The two ranked females. Like, they're ranked. Go ahead, just put them at the top.
I don't know, dog.
Because they women. And ain't gonna be no finish.
Yeah. Master says Darren Elkins is always fun. Remember that Cub Swanson finish with the I ain't gonna lie, man. Darren Elkins is always fun. But I mean, he's fun for like the people we watch every weekend. Like, you ain't gonna find nobody like, man, that Darren Elkins fight, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Even though we are, because we know he gonna end up bloody, bruised, and all the above.
And still fighting. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, I saw something this weekend that was interesting. So I don't know if you saw this. You probably did, but Max Holloway, he hosts he has a foundation and he hosts a golf tournament and he does this surfing thing. And he occasionally invites people out, like other fighters, to come support and help. And did you see this?
I think I know where you're going.
Okay,
go ahead. I think I know where you're going.
So at the tournament, the golf tournament and the surfing thing, it was interesting because Justin Gaethje was there.
Yep.
So it got me to thinking, and of course they were super friendly and all that good stuff with them. And I know that these fighters do not have to hate each other to fight, but it is difficult to fight somebody when you like them.
Yeah.
And they were very friendly, literally on surfboards together, and Justin, hugging his wife and, one big family, happy family and all that stuff, which leads me to believe I can't see them fighting again.
Yeah. I mean, I know Justin probably would want it. Max probably I don't think Max would probably want it again, though. Well, you know what? Justin's the champ, so Max, of course, would want it again. What am I talking about?
Yeah. It just seems kind of weird.
It's tough. It's tough for you to wrap your mind around it. These dudes was locked in there 25 minutes. One knocked the other one out, and here they are like out here surfing together. Like, trust me, I get it.
I can understand them being cool if they weren't going to fight again.
Yeah.
It's like the again part that I have trouble with.
Yeah, I get that. Because I'm gonna be honest, bro. If I saw DC and John Jones like surfing together, bro, like I'm upset. Like, I want them to stay bitter rivals to the end, bro. Like, I want to see these dudes 80 years old in walkers still mad, huffing and puffing at each other, bro. Like, that is what I want to see.
Yeah. Let's see. What did he say? Oh, this is a good question too. I mean, we got a few minutes. Master said, guys, who do you think are some of the most underrated fighters in the UFC right now? Arnold Allen always comes to mind.
Bro, that's a perfect shot with Arnold Allen. Perfect. Some more underrated guys.
I mean, Quillen would have been one on my list, but we've talked about him quite a bit. Let's see. I would say I'll give you one and then you give one.
I'm stumped. I gotta think. Underrated. I'm gonna say Melky.
Melky Costa.
Melchizedek Costa.
Yes, I think that dude, and I know that he stubbed his toe in his last fight or whatnot, but the run that he had going up to that, I think that dude, if he makes a few corrections, could make his way to the top 5. I think he could. Yeah.
Underrated for me, Bobby Green, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. Bro, Bobby Green is so entertaining, like outside of the octagon, and then his fights, he always in there talking cash money shit to everybody he fighting. And I mean, and his fights are entertaining, man. So for me, it's Bobby Green. Like, I don't think we as a fan base understand like how much we appreciate Bobby until he's gone. And I mean, he's literally still doing it at his age too, man. Shout out to Bobby Green.
Did you see him sparring?
I did see that when he was just piecing up the boxers. I did see that.
Yeah. He made for that, dude. He is made for that. Another underrated one, I'm gonna say David Martinez.
Oh, I like him.
I think that dude has he definitely has a path to get into a championship. So he's talking historical. He brought up Bisping. Bisping definitely underrated. He underrated.
Yeah. Man, historically underrated.
Historically underrated. That's tough. RDA, I brought him up earlier. Rafael dos Anjos. I don't think that he gets the credit that he deserves. And I actually think that if he didn't mess up his foot and Conor had to fight him, I don't know if Conor gets that second belt, bro. I don't know. I don't know what happens. I don't think that he beats RDA. Not that RDA. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely underrated. Should have already been a Hall of Famer. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones. Master said that's what I admire about fighters who have longevity, because that's the hardest in MMA for obvious reasons. Cub Swanson, that's another underrated one. Also was at the tournament, at that golf tournament. Also fought Max. For example, retired on the high and still competing at high level, finishing people. Yeah, his retirement is the way that you want to go out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful KO.
Yeah. Robbie Lawler is another underrated. I think he should have got more accolades, more prestige than he did. Even though, I mean, famer, but still underrated. Where Grimy said you were texting him at 6 a.m. About college football.
Bruh, hey, we stay on each other about that college football, man.
Speaking of college football, before we get out of here, I know we got just a couple of minutes. Let them know what our plan is on college football.
So college football is approaching. It's this month, guys. What we're thinking about doing is for the next few weeks on Crosswalk, we're going to take one of the Power 4 conferences and we just going to go through the conference. We're not going to deep dive every team, but we're going to talk about the teams that we think are going to be on hunt to win the conference, and teams we think that are going to be in the playoff talks. We're going to do one conference and we're going to keep going. And then next thing you know, college football is going to be here. Let us know if that's something you would be into. If so, we're going to be on it as always. So yeah, we got that to look forward to going forward for the next few weeks on Crosswalk. And I think next week we're probably going to start with the ACC.
Yep, ACC. We'll also give you the players to watch in that conference as well. On the other note, since Contender Series is coming up, I know my boy Cross is going to be live streaming his face off. So y'all be looking forward to that as well. I knew Grammy was going to say something about the Big Ten.
Of course.
But yeah, so we got a lot of stuff coming up, a lot of stuff that we're going to be doing. And let me see, what else did he say? Master said, who do you want to see Arnold Allen fight next?
Let me see. Let me look at featherweight.
Should be asking Jourdain this.
For real, he probably knows something. I'm gonna be honest, man. He really don't have a fight for real. Lerone Murphy. I mean, but I think I've been seeing Lerone Murphy might already have a fight though. I've been seeing that online too though.
Yeah.
With was that with Aljo? I think that's what
I've seen him matched up with multiple people.
Yeah.
He said start with the swag.
Macho, bro, where you been, bro? It's good to see you. I felt like we ain't seen Macho in a minute. Nah, and Macho, they don't know about the swag, dog. I'm down here in swag country, baby.
Yeah. We know about the swag. Master said Yair moved weight class now, but Arnold was booked to fight him in December, but Yair pulled out. Then he fought Silva on late notice. He has to fight now after fighting Melky. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in that whole situation. I don't know.
Yeah.
We were talking about Yair and Silva.
Arnold Allen, freaking Lerone Murphy would have been perfect over in London. Perfect.
It would have been. That's a big fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Boy, that's a lot to type. Macho Snoop Randy Ball Dog. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm. Bro, he committed to it, bro. He committed to it.
That's a lot. All right. Anything before we jump off of here, man?
No, just be on the lookout for Contender Series August 11th. I will be doing watch-alongs for Contender Series every Tuesday night. I'm gonna be honest, it was my favorite thing when I started the channel, so looking forward to that. Got the watch-along this weekend. We'll see how many of y'all show up for that. I know a lot of people ain't excited for this card, but I'm gonna be live streaming it. You already know what time it is, and just be on the lookout for more Crosswalk. Make sure you get on over to Making the Walk. Get a homie Jax a sub. Get on over there. You know what time it is.
Bet. So, until next time, man, we'll holla at y'all.
Peace.
Thanks for watching Crosswalk. Come back next Monday to chop it up.
So please, whatever.